Right, let's head back to Sue. What are we going to do,
Ooh,
Sue?
I've got that same 300 GSM card here, and I must have a play with the tree die here, because it's probably one of my favourites. I'm going to leave Grandpa's house in there and play with this tree die, and it's a good size as well.
It is a good size.
It's lovely. Okay, so I thought I'd build this up and do a kind of diorama type card, or a scene, or a shadow box type thing. So I want to create the front panel. So what I want to do is to measure probably the length of this, which is about 14 centimetres. And then in my 300 GSM card, cut a 14 centimetre square, and then a depth of a frame around that, probably 1.5 centimetres, which is what I've got here.
Okay.
What is that? Oh, it's 2 centimetres.
Is it?
So this is my window, and then I know that fits in there. I've done it a little bit tighter, just so I hide the ends.
Okay.
So this is 12 centimetres. So I've kind of got the die and I'm working with that. So I've gone a bit shorter in there, so it's 12 centimetres. Okay, so that's like the base, where my starting point. And then what I want to do is to build the case for this. So with this piece of card, I know I'm going to have a little lip at the top to glue this frame onto. So that'll be 1 centimetre, so measure 1 centimetre. And then the depth of the box, I'm going to go about 4 centimetres. I think I'm going to do it quite deep. So I'm going to measure 4 centimetres. And then for the back piece, this has ended up being 16. So measure 16 centimetres, and then have the 4 and the 1.5 for the lip. No, it wasn't. Was it 1.5? It was 1. And then you've got the depth of this to cut it. So you cut it all along there. And then score all these lines, okay, till you get a panel that looks like this, that I've already scored and folded.
I see.
Yeah, so this is like the case for my scene.
Got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
That then goes on there, okay, which I will glue, because then I've got it all in place.
Now, if you want to watch this show again, if you're watching live now and you're scrambling for a pen to write down those measurements, you can watch this show again. It'll be available for you on Rewind. So you can even watch it when you get your dies home, and then you can craft along with Sue. How cool would that be? What would you like to say to your future self, Sue?
My future self?
Yeah, because if people are watching this on Rewind in about, 2 weeks' time, what would you like to say to yourself?
Make a few of these and put tea lights in and things. And
that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. I'd just like to say to my future self, stop eating all the chocolate.
Oh,
it's not good for you.
You're telling yourself off.
I am, yeah. So if I'm watching myself back, thank you for not eating more chocolate. Or did you?
Okay, so now I've got my frame, which you could fold flat as well. And then the die cut scene, I'm going to cut this in coloured card. So I'm going to do a blue one to start with, which I've got here, and I'm going to put some rustic wilderness across the trees, just to give them some colour, which is quite easy to do.
Yeah.
Both sides. I'm now adding a little bit of blue in this centre area, and this is Faded Jeans. And what I've done is, you didn't see me do this, I've die cut some others. I've got quite a few going on here. So I started off with this blue one, and I die cut a deeper blue one, and then a lighter blue one, and then a really pale blue one. Okay, because I want to create that depth in my scene. And I've got a panel here which measures, this is going to be my foreground.
Okay.
Okay. And then I've also die cut it again in this blue and just trimmed the bottom piece off that I'm going to put on this piece here with some foam pads.
Do you know what those trees look like to me? I'm just looking at it. If you put a black nose on there, it'd be like a fox or a wolf with with the ears. You see that?
Well, this piece here?
No, the top bit with the trees. So the trees are the ears.
Oh,
and then you've got,
okay.
yeah, you've got the fur like coming out and then a little round black nose.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yes.
Sorry, Sue. I'm only on day release for today. You have to go along with me.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually going to use this one because with the scene, the trees are darker towards you and then they go lighter as they head back into the scene, into the distance.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use this dark card, but I want this colour in the foreground. Yeah. So I'm actually going to replace that with this colour. And I need to put that little bit of blue in there as well. And then what I want to do is to stick this onto this card here to make my foreground panel. Like so, like that. And then what I can do is to stick this on the inside of my box there. So I'm going to add some glue around the edge. Just, well, both sides. Yeah, I can do along the bottom as well, can't I? Slip that in. This is the fun bit when you can start building your scene. But I need to support my other panels. So I need to make some supports. So I've cut some long strips that are 1 centimetre, I believe. Yes, they're 1 centimetre. And what I need to do is to fold them at each end to create like a tab. And then I need to get them the same length as my frame. So do those two, fold them to create tabs. And then I've got some strong tape that I'm going to put along here. Get it on the right side.
Of this tape on the channel earlier on today. Your red liner tape.
Oh, did you?
You can shop by brand, and the brand is Walter Strong. So you can shop by brand, and it is on our website. So Walter Strong for your red liner tape.
It's great. And what this also does is to make this support sturdier, even sturdier.
Yeah.
Because you've got the tape in there. So I don't want these tabs at the end to be that long, so I'll cut them down. So because I've got 3 panels, I need 3 of these supports. So make 3 of those, okay? And then we can start adding these scene panels to the supports. So I'm going to use this one first and then this one over to the right. So I'm going to push that over to the right hand side of my support.
Okay.
Yep. And then the next one, I'm going to push that over to the left. Have I got my left and right the right way?
Do you know what I haven't got?
Because I'm terrible.
I don't know my left from my right. I have no idea.
Yes.
I just about get my up from my down.
But so that goes that way, that goes that way.
I don't.
And this one, it could sort of go in the middle again. So place that one kind of in the middle. And then what we need to do is to go back to this one and glue it well at the ends. Put plenty of glue. I like using a glue stick, especially for this case, because you get the wiggle room, because I want to shove it in here and then wiggle it about until it's in the right place. And then poke your scissors up, and then you can just press it down with the scissors. And I'm doing this towards the front,
okay.
So I've got room behind. Don't know if you can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the next scene goes in. So glue the tabs. And also, if you've got more time and you fold it, squash it flat every time you put a scene in, then it'll always fold flat then as well. But I'm just going to shove these in. Again, press down with my scissors. There, can you see it's sort of building up the distance?
Isn't that clever?
It's simple, but I just love, I want to walk in there again, you see, and that really excites me. And I just like creating little things like this. And these products, they just enable you to do that.
Do like this.
Right then.
If you were to put some little LED lights in there as well, battery operated, of course, it look amazing at Christmas time just on your shelf.
Can I see that layer? No, I need to go up higher. I'm even pinching it with the scissors and squish. That's it. Yeah. It's perhaps a bit lower on that one. Okay, so you've got that kind of look there. And now I need to decorate the foreground.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a lake. I think it could be water. And I like the snowman. This die-cut snowman's really cute that I'm going to use from this set. Die-cut him out, and I just adore this. This is so clever because it actually die-cuts through the card to create the image.
That's fabulous.
And this is really easy then to paper piece things. So you can easily snip his hat off.
Ooh.
Just in a couple of places.
Yeah.
And then his whole hat comes away. Oh, I can't pick it up because it's die cut.
Oh, look at that.
So for paper piecing, it's really, really a joy to do. And the scarf then easily comes out and his nose can easily be snipped out. And I just think that's really clever. So I've paper pieced my snowman here, and I've die cut him on card just like this and put a paper panel on the back because I want to hold the buttons and the eyes, etc. Use that as a base, and then I've die cut him from glitter card, that nice blue card, and again the blue card, and I've inked the green for the buttons and the hands on this blue card. So I've got the 3 colours here to bring him to life. And then you just snip all those relevant pieces out and stick them on. And that's paper piecing. Bit fiddly, but the effect I think is really nice.
Yeah, I've got another sample here in my hand actually that you've done, Sue, which I think is marvellous. Again, using that paper piecing technique. When you see it, rather than colouring it in, it does make a difference. Just something about that paper piecing. And I think it's very mindfulness as well, Sue, because it just gives you time to relax. You can change the colour of the hat. You can cut it out several times and it'll look different each time, but it does give it a little bit of depth. I do like that. So there's another sample using the embossed technique for that particular die, which looks lovely. They're all glistening, aren't they? Right, let's head back to Sue. I'm not even going to tell you where the details are for this. I've got no idea.
And I've gone for the tree die cut as well, that lovely Christmas tree. I've snipped out the centre sections, the little decorative pieces, so that I've got my solid trees here, and I'm just putting some rustic wilderness on those. And then this piece is nice, this inner filigree sort of piece. I've die cut them from like frosty frozen glitter card, and again in the white card as well, because I like layering things up.
Yes.
So to make these,
you could use them separately. The layer that you're putting now, that's the snow, it's still recognisable as a tree.
Yes, and you can cut it down and you've got smaller trees as well. Yes. So I'm going to place that on there with the 2 of them, and then place the glitter one on top, but slightly offset, so you do appreciate the layers. Again, I'm being really quick with the glue and not putting glue all over it, because I quite like the fact that bits can lift up.
Yes.
You know, like this bit here. It just gives that sort of more textured effect. So there's my trees prepared, and I've got my front elements now for my box card.
Fine.
So what I've done now, I've cut myself, hand cut an inner frame just to give that a little bit more depth and add a bit of texture there. And I've put this on foam pads. And I've got my foam pads, foam tape. I've got a massive bit.
My, what a big roll of foam tape you have, Sue.
It's bigger than I am, isn't it? This is Walther Strong tape as well. It's great, but you get so much.
You do. Oh, dear me.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
It is.
So I've used that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to peel back this a tiny section, because there's no wiggle room here. Actually, I'll take all of that one off. And then I can sort of place it so I don't stick it all down, just in case I haven't put it in the right place. So place it down, and then what you can do is you can just pull out these tabs, and you know it's sort of in the right place. Oh, it has moved. It has moved. There. So just slide them out.
Brilliant.
So that's in place. And then my snowman, I'm going to stick him on top of my frame. I've got glue on the bottom, foam pad on the top, so that supports his head. And then I've got a tree, one of the made up trees. I'm going to just stick on the frame, so I need to stick glue on that side. Stick that there. Bit of glue. And then this one's on foam pads that I'm just going to place down there. Just have 2 trees, give them a friend.
Aww.
And then just to finish off, I'm going to stamp the caption, which is that Merry Christmas again, which you saw me stamp earlier. I've stamped that with the faded jeans on a piece of blue card, cut it out and backed that onto the glitter card. So I'm limiting my colour scheme here as well.
Now that stamp is from the Framed Trees set, along with the die for a snowman and that lovely snow scene as well. So if you want to get hold of that, the details are on your screen there, £19.99. Oh,
so I've just stuck that at the top.
That's the stamp set from the sentiment that our Sue has just used. But let's have a look at what she's created. Look at that. Shall we hold hands and just run into that winter wonderland?
Yeah.
Yeah. Laughing and singing along the way. Then I might get stuck in the snow and you'll have to call the mountain rescue. But don't worry about that. Keep running, Sue. Keep running. Oh, thank you, Sue. That's absolutely amazing. It really, really is. Something a little bit different, isn't it?